Hello there my fellow Holotable heroes, and welcome to another Rise of the Empire Territory Battles video, where we look at another Omicron unit and how they perform, are they worth it? And we've got Omega's turn for her Bad Batch allies. As always, you'll be able to find a link to my SWGOH for Life website below, where you can go ahead and check these and my other Territory Battle Omicron gameplay videos whenever you feel like it. I have more still planned coming in as well. They're being, I had help from other members of community, not just from my guildmate. So be on the lookout for that. But today we'll be looking at Omega. Now, just I want to put out something here, right? We are getting new Bad Batch units added to the game as we speak. We've got already 2. We got Hunter coming in a couple of days. So her Omicron applies to all Bad Batch allies. So there is potential that, you know, she may be useful as well in territory battles with her Omicron in the new Bad Batch squad. We'll have to obviously wait and see once, you know, the whole squad is released and, you know, that she have some good interaction between them. So just we have to keep that in mind, especially at the end of the video, where we are looking, obviously, you know, kind of is it worth it or not, this Omicron. And of course, if you are interested in the mods, I'll show those at the end of the video as well. YouTube chapters below if you want to skip through. Otherwise, let's first actually remind ourselves, or if you've never looked into it, what her Omicron will actually do for a Bad Batch squad. So let's just keep scrolling. There we go. So at the start of the battle, all Bad Batch allies gain max health equal to 10% of their max protection for each. So basically we're getting a huge boost obviously to our survivability. Then they lose all protection and we take reduced damage from percent health damage. So this is kind of like Lord Vader lead, right? For the Empire and Allied Force users, you convert all your protection to health, and then you don't, you know, all damage over times, burning, exposes, all that stuff deals no damage to you. So it's kind of like a Lord Vader leadership baked in for the Bad Batch inside of her unique. So quite powerful, quite useful. And you also have to bear in mind that Bad Batch, they get lots of ways of protection up, right? And protection up will be based off health. So while you don't have protection, you do have protection up. So speaking of protection, there you go. At the start of each encounter, Bad Batch allies gain 10% bonus protection for 2 turns for each of Omega's relic amplifier levels. So we got here relic 7 Omega. So in this case, we're getting 70% bonus protection. So lots of survivability for our Bad Batch. And then whenever Omega uses her basic, she deals damage again for each other Bad Batch ally, dealing 50% less damage. So whenever she uses her basic, she will then deal 4 more against instances of damage. And under Hunter lead, what that means is, you know, whenever we got defense up, we're dealing true damage, she'll be dealing lots of instances of obviously true damage from there as well. So, you know, gives you a little bit of a damage boost, but, you know, overall it's all about survivability here. So that's what I'm saying. As you can see, it just says all Bad Batch allies. So this Omicron could transfer nicely into the new Bad Batch squad because, spoiler alert, the existing Bad Batch squad, you know, it can get by, but, you know, it's not the best one out there for territory battles. So maybe the new one will be good, so this Omicron could, you know, get a bit even better viability further down the line. Alright, let's actually just, you know, roll the footage now, the gameplay, just showing you where I was able to use. So, as always in these videos, I only went up to Relic 7, because in this middle account, obviously, you know, it's hard to get Relic 8s, because it's like a smaller guild and things like that. But at least you can see how she performs. Now, let's start off with Coruscant. If you've been following my channel and my guides, you will know that you don't need, for this, Omega's Omicron in order to be able to complete this mission. I did it with my Relic 5 Bad Batch, you know, I can do it quite easily, but maybe just a little bit safer with Omega's Omicron. Like, I feel confident I could auto it a little bit, I don't know. I did lose once, so it's not like 100% thing on auto, but definitely a little bit more reliable maybe. But again, we don't get full benefit of her Omicron here just because of the constant days, right? And she's not assisting as much, so not ideal. But as you can see, we are kind of, you know, rolling through these guys Bad Batch. You know, once they get rolling, especially once you get your Thunderous Applause going, all those assists and everything. We do have some cleanses on the team here with tech as well, but yeah, they will get through it. All these revives are a little bit annoying, so if you do want to make this, you know, like a 100% win rate, you may just want to move target around to the medics first to get them down, and then you should be good to go. But this is full auto, nor targeting. Let's just AI do what AI does. So Coruscant out of the way. Did Omega's Omicron help us here? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. That didn't make that much difference, I think, because of the days. However, where I think it does make a huge difference is right here on Bracca. Bracca is a tough planet, so definitely, you know, having extra survivability and not taking damage from exposes from Stormtrooper, the Stormtrooper applies is huge. We get here nice days, stun on everybody, and then we go ahead and do that. Sure, gave us some buffs, do an AoE, more buffs. There we go. As you can see, Omega there, finish him up. Let's go ahead. Boom, down goes down. So this is where you can actually see now impact of her Omicron, right? Anytime she assists, she just one-shot somebody. Whereas, you know, in Coruscant, you don't quite see that just because of the days. So I think on Coruscant, it didn't add that much, but look how quickly we are getting through their revives. Because when Omega is in stealth, whenever her Bad Batch allies use a special, she will assist. So we can very, very quickly obviously get through these revives while they were still stunned, so they can't really get a whole much going. And there we go. That's where her Omicron comes into play. You see all those exposes. If those exposes obviously would deal damage, Wrecker would be dead there. So definitely I think Bracca is where, without Omicron on her, I'm not sure Bad Batch would be able to pull this one off, to be honest. I could be wrong, but you know, how close I was there to losing Wrecker, I'm not sure we would make it, and you know, you wouldn't be doing as much damage with Omega as you could. So this is the mission where we have Crosshair in the second one. Unfortunately, my abilities there are a bit of cooldown, so I didn't have quite ready yet the Dispel and Daze from Echo. But anyway, let's see if we can boost some Thermometer with all these buffs. See if we can get a quick Dispel in here. Okay, Wrecker, you're gonna have to take one for the team here. Okay, there we go again, her Omicron with that bonus protection at the start of the battle, the start of an encounter, a little bit helping us up. We go. Now Omega can get to work. She's in stealth, and whenever we use a special ability, she will be assisting, and especially once we do get defense up, we'll be doing some nice damage. Obviously not to Stormtrooper, he's very beefy here. There we go. Get me an assist. Ooh, there we go. And now people start dropping left and right. So definitely I think here, Bracca without her Omicron, I don't know. Did anybody try Bracca without Omega's Omicron? Can Bad Batch pull it off? I'm not convinced. So I think this is where we really see true worth of her Omicron, to be honest. I'll just go ahead. Come on, guys, wrap this up. Boom. Come on. There we go. All the revives already done. Nice big AoE there from the operations ability. Omega doing nice damage as well. Okay. Probe droid, always annoying. Anyway, get a stun. No stuns. Alright, looks like Omega will finish the probe droid anyway. There we go. So definitely I think on Bracca making a huge impact with survivability and extra damage. Now, Sector 3. I tried Kashyyyk a couple of times. I just got destroyed for some reason on Kashyyyk. It does not work. But where you probably really want to use Omega's Omicron is on Zepho, you know, in the clone mission, the special mission. But as I said, this is a bit smaller guild. We are not unlocking, unfortunately, Zepho, so I can't show you that. But I know that you can get it done quite easily. Actually, I think maybe even without her Omicron you can get it done, I'm not sure. But with Omicron it's definitely very easy to do. So what instead, I can actually use her on Tatooine. Remember, on Tatooine, all those damage over times? With Omega's Omicron, you don't worry about damage over times at all because we take basically no damage from them. So again, it makes a big difference here as well on Tatooine. But again, even looking at the mission, I mean, we got a Dispel, we've got, you know, ways to recover health and protection. Is her Omicron really needed here? I don't know. Again, did anybody try Bad Batch on Tatooine without her Omicron? but with Omicron it's definitely very quick, very easy. I probably could have just hit auto, to be honest, just looking back at the footage now. These guys are barely taking turns, they're stun locked. We are taking no damage from damage over times because of Omicron Omega, so, you know, again, just, well, at least, maybe it's not making a huge difference on Tatooine, it would still work without her Omicron, but at least it highlights well the strengths of her Omicrons, I guess, at least, that you don't have to worry about damage over times eating up your team, just about stun locking them, dazing them, and then, you know, let, I guess, Omega finish them off, or they will just die from damage over times eventually. Anyway, as you can see, I so quickly went through wave 1 that my abilities are still on cooldown, so a bit of a slow start here in the second wave, but we'll get the ball rolling. There we go, down he goes, defense up so we can start dealing true damage. There we go, Omega, pew, doing nice big damage there. Let's go ahead, roll the bombs. I'm like, you know what, just get auto. I think we got this. Probably could have just auto it all the way, to be honest. There we go, Omega doing some work for us. And there you go, that's all the footage I have for you today. Again, no relic hates, unfortunately, so the best I can do for you is relic 7. And now, before we get into our discussion, what we think about Omega's Omicron, is it worth it or not? Let me just show you the mods that you will see what I worked with. I do have some good mods on Bad Batch because, you know, they are useful elsewhere in the game, unlike the Old Republic, right? But I don't know, I mean, you know, mods are important, I guess, maybe especially on Bracca where things could get dicey, so definitely good mods for that. Like for Coruscant, mods don't matter because everybody's speed, I think, is like equalized, the resets to 100 or something, right? So everybody have the same speed. But yeah, definitely on Bracca, I think you will need some good mods, but for the others, not so much. And finally, Omega there, modded for offense. She's like our main damage dealer, especially with her Omicron. Alright, so is her Omicron worth it? Let's have a look. Coruscant. Probably not, because you can still get it to work without Omicron, as I've shown in my previous guides. A little bit more confidence, I guess, with autoing with her Omicron, but other than that, because of the days, you don't really benefit so much from her Omicron as you normally would. Bracca, absolutely worth it. Like if, you know, you want another team for Bracca, you do have Bad Batch. Her Omicron will help you out, right? We get lots of survivability there. The way we burn through the revive so quickly as well, you know, when she's doing multiple instances of damage on her basic. And then for some reason, like, usually if you can clear Bracca, you can clear Kashyyyk as well, but I don't know, I just couldn't get Kashyyyk to work. Let me know in the comments below, you know, anybody else there with Omega Omicron, can you get it to work on Kashyyyk? I was not. But otherwise, at least she's good on Tatooine, right? We don't take damage from damage over times because of her Omicron as well. So, is she the best Omicron out there? No, but it does have uses. It does allow Bad Batch to do something that otherwise they couldn't. And also, let's keep in mind we're having a brand new Bad Batch squad being added to the game as we speak. And I'm pretty sure they'll be more powerful than the existing Bad Batch squad, and once that happens, then suddenly Omega's Omicron might be very useful. I guess it depends, you know, will the other Bad Batch squad get an Omicron or not, how they will all work, but definitely I think lots of potential for the future as well, so I guess we'll have to keep an eye out on this and see how things turn out once, you know, we do get our hand on the new Bad Batch squad as well. Thank you for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one, but until then, have fun, enjoy your life, and may the RNG be with you, my friends.